Have you ever wondered how electricity turns into the video you're watching right now? It's actually made up of a bunch of ones and zeros, but how is that possible? Today we're learning how a computer works on the inside. To start off, what are those zeros and ones? It's called binary that represents power input. For example, when a lamp light is off, it represents a zero, and when it's on, it represents a one. To understand binary, you have to know it's different from the decimal system. The decimal system counts from 1 to 9 and has a ones position, tens, hundreds, and so on. But binary is only ones and zeros, so it has a ones position, 2, 4, 8, and so on. Let's say we want to get the number 5, or 0101. To get this, we would add 4 and 1. Similarly, text can be made up of numbers too. ASCII assigns numbers to letters, as shown in the screen now. With each letter known, you can then make words and paragraphs out of numbers. With this in mind, numbers, text, colors, sound, and anything can be represented in binary. Now that you understand binary, how does this relate to a computer? Well, each on-off signal travels through circuits into something called the CPU. The CPU is the brain of the computer and takes the inputs and passes them through many circuits and logic gates that control the calculations and functions. It will reach out to other devices in the computer to make the computer work. Now, how does that put pictures on a screen? Well, a screen is made up of tiny pixels of color. Each color can be represented by a series of numbers. There are millions of pixels in an image or frame, and there's typically 60 frames per second in a video. Now that's a lot of numbers. Because there are so many numbers, it's all processed on a graphics processing unit, or GPU. Sound can also be broken down into binary numbers. Sound is most commonly shown through sound waves on a graph. The points in the sound wave can be represented by a number, and in turn, binary code that gives out specific pitches. Sound, pictures, and text contain a lot of data that needs to be saved. If the data is being used within quick succession, it is saved on the RAM, also described as short-term memory. If the data needs to be saved after the computer is turned off, it's saved on the hard drive, also described as long-term memory. The final part of a computer is the power supply unit. Most computers are plugged into the wall, which can give off tremendous amounts of power. A power supply unit regulates the voltage in amps to each device's needs. The power supply, RAM, hard drive, graphics card, and CPU are all the main parts of a computer that turns electricity into this video. That is all. I hope you enjoyed learning about the inside of a computer and have a good day!